What's going on, brother?
Not much. Our last episode just got cut off.
Yeah, sorry about that. Our camera died even though it was plugged in, so the previous episode is just gonna cut off at the end. But y'all can deal with it.
Pretty sure they had enough of us anyway. So
yeah, exactly.
What's going on?
Apparently the world's saved. You hear?
Why you say that?
Buddy, you hear that Pfizer has a vaccine?
Yeah, I did hear that.
90% efficacy is the word. So it works on 90% of people to prevent COVID. Now, super sus that this came out like 2 days after Trump officially lost the election, which is hilarious because he's been saying, oh, there's a vaccine coming. There's one coming. It's gotten really good results. Everyone's like, nah, bullshit. Quit lying. Sure shit. 2 days later, oh, there actually is a vaccine.
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel bad for that motherfucker one bit. So.
But if you ever wanted proof that Big Pharma is in the Democrats' pockets, you're looking at it. But
yeah, I don't even know. It obviously goes to show you the trust that they have in the guy. So
yes, sir.
And they're not the only ones that don't have trust in him. So
not gonna lie though, like if I'm Pfizer, I'm not letting Donald Trump distribute my fucking vaccine. Go fuck yourself, straight up. So yeah, we were.
Look how those morons treating the fucking election results. Yeah,
dude. First off, I guess we were kind of wrong on the last episode. We didn't announce Trump was going to win, but it looked like Trump was going to win.
Whoa. Don't say we. I said on the podcast, I got to hold out until the way. You're like, yo.
Dude, I'm saying Trump's going to win, bro. I'm saying Trump's looking like he's going to win.
Looks like fucking bread, bro.
Buddy, by the end of it, you're like, oh, fuck yeah, buddy. Sure, I guess so. So don't lump me in this by myself. Bro, you're right there with me, bro. Hand in hand. Rallying for our boy Trump.
What did I say to you at the office last week? I said Biden by a landslide.
Definitely wasn't a landslide.
Definitely wasn't a landslide.
Super fucking close.
I think, what is it? Biden has 77 million votes right now, and Trump has, 71 million?
Yeah, it's super close.
But, yeah, I don't know. So, Trump came out that night, just like you on the podcast, saying, I won. You know what I mean? And, did you watch that, press conference?
No, I didn't bother, dude.
So... guy's a fucking idiot. So he's like,
really?
Oh, we won Arizona, and he's telling the numbers. He's like, they can't catch us. And it's like, okay, some states, it's all when you count what votes. So
yep. Some
states count the mail-in first. Some states count the mail-in after. It's up to the states however they want to count it. Now, Republicans, they went to the Republicans and said, hey, since there's going to be so many mail-in votes, can we start counting them before?
Yeah.
Republicans said no. You have to wait. So they followed this, and they're still bitching.
Mm-hmm.
Trump wants to dispute the election, but on the same ballots, you vote for the House and the Senate. How come you're not contesting those results?
Dude, I saw the funniest thing. It was like in Michigan, I think it was. There was a Trump rally saying, let us keep voting. Let us keep voting. And then Arizona, the Trump rally was saying, stop the votes. Stop the votes. Like, dude, such a shit show on both sides.
You had Trump tweeting, stop the count, right?
Yep.
And what's the one thing you do in an election is you count all the votes. That's the one thing you do. The only thing you do is count the votes. You don't stop the count after the first night or whenever you wanted to stop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he is not taking this L very well.
No, he keeps casting suspicion without providing any evidence of any fraud. There's not one thing he said.
Buddy, it's exactly what we do.
Yeah.
Zero grounds for anything.
For sure. I know he's suing a lot in certain states.
Isn't he suing every state that he lost?
Not everyone, but I know Michigan, I think Pennsylvania.
All the swing states he is.
And he's already been struck down. He went to Pennsylvania and tried to intervene in a case that he already brought before Supreme Court once before. He's just trying to redo the exact same case. So a lot of the lawsuits, the judges are just obviously striking him down. But it's the fact that it's not even close enough to contest.
Yeah.
Not at all. This isn't what was that, Bush Gore in 2000? At the Florida thing, we waited 3 months or something?
Something ridiculous.
Whatever it was. This is not that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
this is like, it's not even close, man. So,
how fast? What do you think the over under is on how quick Melania leaves Trump?
Oh, I've already called that she's gonna leave.
Yeah, no. But what do you think the over under is? It's gonna happen. How many months over under?
He's got to leave January 20th, so January 21st.
I think as soon as February, she gone.
Soon as it doesn't suit her needs anymore, which means soon as he's not president.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talked about on this thing too, like he's got lawsuits coming.
Yep.
It's not just that you lost the election.
The yin yang, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So, and he knows this, like we said. But so his campaign engaged in lawsuits to stop the counting, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he also, in some other states, said keep counting.
Yeah, exactly.
So what do you want to do,
like
bro?
I was just saying.
Do you want to stop the count? Do you want to keep the count? Like, you know what I mean? And even you have some Republicans saying, yo, now, Mitch McConnell, that slimy fuck, and Lindsey Graham, obviously they're staunch. They're going to say whatever Trump says.
Which to me is wild, considering the way he like tore up everybody in the primaries during both elections. Like, why in the fuck are these people even trying to still be his friends now that he's lost? I understand doing it when he's in power, but now that he's lost, like, why are you sticking by him?
Okay, here's a few things I was super shocked about this election. I thought they would take control of the Senate, and I'll get to that later. That didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
And this fucking baffles me, bro. Trump did better with black and Latino voters than he did in 2016.
Yeah.
He did better this time around.
Yeah.
Literally, Biden won because of the old white people vote.
Mm-hmm.
So, this tells me that the States is totally cool with racism, just don't want to be sick.
Yeah,
we can be racist, but we don't want to be sick.
Yeah, dude, 100%.
So, it's crazy how you could have that much divisiveness, and like if he would have just gave a fuck a little
bit about Corona,
just a little bit, and you couldn't even do that, dude.
Like if Corona didn't come, he would have won in a landslide,
for sure.
Like hands down, 100%. But he fucked this up so bad.
So, and then you had his supporters going to the voter counter places, like the convention center where they're counting all the votes. Mm-hmm. They're storming the vote center. Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's like, in Detroit, they're like, stop the count. In Phoenix, they're like, stop the steal.
Mm-hmm.
And again, they're like, so they're going there to these places and they're like recording the people working in there, right?
Yeah.
So the people obviously cover the windows.
Yeah.
No one wants to be recorded at their job. Would you like to be recorded at your job?
Not.
Of course not. And then they're like, oh, see, they're definitely up to something. They're covering the windows.
Yeah, you need to relax.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you leave out the part that says that you're filming these people. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So, and I said this before, like, the passion of his fucking supporters is pretty crazy. And I will say this. To see people dancing in the streets and shit like that, like...
Yo, you need to calm down.
You're
dancing in the streets for Joe Biden.
But it tells me this. It tells me how much you didn't want that to happen.
Yeah.
If Trump would have won, you would have seen the same thing, bro. Let's not get it twisted.
No, there would have been riots in the street.
You would have seen people in the streets.
You would have seen people rioting.
So it would have been the same thing.
Dancing.
So
maybe some country folks.
People would be in the streets regardless, whoever side won.
Wild though that like it's this, but like the fact that like something that's interesting from this, and it's something that we've talked about a couple times too, is that like this just shows very clearly that when it came to like the protests and the demonstrations, and people have been saying this, that it was the left and people on the left who basically insinuated violence, right? Like for this entire election, people have been saying, yo, during the riots, it was all Democratic supporters. For the most part, that's been, I'm not necessarily saying I agree with it, but that primarily it was what people have been saying. And that the Democrats in response have been saying, okay, well, if Trump loses, there's going to be riots too. I haven't seen any riots. I've seen some people trying to run buses off roads that one time, but apart from that, like...
Facts. Well, I did see some shit in Philadelphia I'll get to too.
What I'm trying to say, though, is like, in terms of, like, the left has a tendency to call out the right for being, you know, pieces of shit and it's inciting violence and all this stuff, when in reality, they're the ones who do it.
Well, I think it's both sides. It's not just one side. But.
Dude, but in terms of like overwhelming majority, like if there was, like I said, if Trump won, there would have been riots in the street. 100% there would have been.
Oh, I think, yeah.
I think businesses I think there would have been looting. I think there would have been riots. I think
something like that, I think, maybe, yeah.
Things would have been set on fire. I think it would have been really bad. I've been saying that this entire time.
So, in Philadelphia, talking about people storming the vote counting places, there was 2 guys who got arrested after cops receiving a tip. So they were pulled over, firearms. They got a tip that they were gonna go do harm to the people counting votes, right? I guess whatever, somebody fucking ratted on them.
So they were gonna go storm an office and shoot it up or whatever it was.
Yeah, where they're counting all the mail-in ballots.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a silver Hummer outside there, and whoever was taking the pictures, there's the QAnon. You know who the QAnon is, right? So it was QAnon stickers on the truck. Now, I had to actually like look them up to see what they're about or whatever, and it says that they're an extremist conspiracy group that believes Donald Trump is fighting evil cabal of Satan worshipping pedophiles. They follow the postings of Q, who is an anonymous individual who claims to be a high-ranking official working with Trump to take down these Satan-worshipping pedophiles who's breached the highest level of government, media, and entertainment.
Dude, that sounds like the most Alex Jones thing I've ever heard in my life.
So
I knew, like, as far as I know, QAnon was just a far-right Trump-supporting group.
Wow. That doesn't seem like just a far-right group right there, does it?
No, that seems a little bit much. But on the same token, have you listened to Alex Jones' podcast on Rogan?
I haven't got to it yet.
Okay,
I will.
Have you listened to his old one?
No.
Okay, so
he's a little tough to fucking listen to.
So,
long.
Do you know how he got
pieces.
famous?
Do I know how he what?
He got famous. The whole Bohemian Grove thing.
No.
So, in California, and this is not bullshit because he literally filmed it. He did.
I know what the Bohemian Grove is.
I've you've seen that, like the tape.
I've studied it, but I know what it's about.
See, right, exactly. So, I forget where I was going with that.
Anyways, for people that don't know, it's like a secret society in the California redwoods or whatever.
Yeah, and it's like billionaires and politicians.
They all go for like 2 weeks of the year.
Dudes only. Yeah.
Dudes only.
And they worship, they have like sacrifices, or not sacrifices, but like offerings to Molech, the owl god. And it's apparently just a big gay orgy and they all bumfuck each other.
So
legitimately,
totally
I think it was Steve, 100%. I'm really upset that I didn't get an invite. But I think it was Steve Ballmer or some billionaire.
Okay.
Literally straight up, like that quote I just said, that was a quote from one of these guys saying, like, literally, it's just a big gay orgy where people like butt fuck each other. He's like, not a chance do I want to be there. I probably wasn't Steve Ballmer, but it was some like super pronounced guy. Like, I literally said this on.
I don't remember butt fucking, but no,
like
I know
national
it's super
TV.
Fucked though, yeah, I know.
And so like Alex Jones is out to lunch on a lot of stuff, but there's also a lot of things he say that actually turn out to be true.
Yeah, no, for sure it does. Yeah, for sure. What did Rogan say? He fucked up with the whole Sandy Hook thing. That's where
which
he
is
lost all
so
credibility.
fucking foul, bro.
Yeah, so that's, and like you're never gonna recover from that.
No,
that's just how it works, man.
But I wonder if, like, I think Alex Jones was the person who first reported on QAnon. So like,
I don't know.
I wonder how much of it is actually true. Like how far, like. So what I'm saying with the whole Bohemian Grove thing is the whole Satan worshipping thing. Like, it could very well be true.
Oh, I totally believe it, bro. There's some instances here. In 2018, one of these guys took his AR-15 to the Hoover Dam to demand the government come clean about crimes to QAnon beliefs. I remember this one, 2019. A QAnon guy killed the mob boss in New York. Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah. Went right up to his house, killed him.
Jesus Christ.
So in Colorado, QAnon lady attempted to kidnap her son with another followers. Now this, I'm not saying that these guys are all bad, so I don't want to say that, but these guys seem just to be out there. There was a lady in Texas who used her car to attack strangers that she believed were pedophiles.
Q is definitely just some dude in his basement trolling the fuck out of these people.
Yeah, and who's Q, right?
That's what I'm saying. I bet she's just a troll.
So, I don't know. Very cultish, though, obviously.
Oh,
you know
for
what
sure.
I'm saying? Now, the problem is, some of these people are getting into the government now. So their beliefs are actually getting them voted in.
Like, who's getting into the government?
earlier this month, racist QAnon follower Marjorie Taylor won a runoff election in Georgia's 14th congressional district.
Go Hillary.
So
that's my girl right there. She's trying to bring change in the world. You know what I mean?
So you know what I mean. Also, in Oregon, Jo Ray Perkins. She is the Republican Senate nominee. So, they get those ideologies in government. Who knows, right? But it's starting to happen anyway. So,
I wonder, because
and I believe QAnon on the government list, they're pretty high up there.
Because QAnon's whole thing is anti-government, right? So breaking down the establishment. So if you are now in the establishment,
but Satan worship pedophiles, do you remember that guy that Pizzagate?
Who stormed Pizzagate with the AR, and they don't even have a basement.
Bro, fucking losers. My God, man.
I wonder what her plan is. She's now in the system. What's she gonna do?
I don't know. Whatever the ideology is, you belong to them. Tell me what it is, bro.
Dude, I'd love to go to one of their meetings just to listen. You know what I mean? Just to be a fly on the wall, just hear the shit they believe in. It'd be so fucking funny.
I want to get back to this election. Just a couple of things.
Yes.
So, what was it? That Saturday we found out officially, or whatever it was, right? A few days later, right?
Something like that.
Trump found out while he was on the golf course, right?
Of course. Where else would he be?
Exactly. So my next point here. So up until October of this year, it's cost taxpayers $150 million for him to go golfing.
That's word.
In the 45 months that he's been in office.
150 million?
Yeah, bro.
How is that possible?
$1 million of that alone just goes to golf cart rentals for the Secret Service agents.
Oh, dude, I never
Crazy,
even thought of that. They're just all have to
bro.
bomb around in golf carts.
And of course, flying around Air Force One, right?
Do you think that all the secret agents also get to play?
I don't think so.
Could you imagine you have a tee time to a golf course?
They're not there to play. They're there to watch out.
But do you imagine if you have a tee time, you show up to a golf course, and Trump and 50 Secret Service agents are bombing around in carts?
He was at his own golf course.
He has his own golf course?
He has a bunch.
Oh, and Marietta, because of his resorts and stuff.
This one was in Virginia, so I can't remember what the ones there.
Dude, that's so fucking funny.
So in total, he spent 279 days. Actually, it's more now, because this is only up until October. At one of his own courses since becoming president. And I don't know if you remember back when he was running for president, he was telling people that he would have no time to golf, right? Mm-hmm. He's I just want to stay in the White House and work my ass off. Frequently criticized Obama for playing too much golf, right? So in the same amount of time frame, he's played 2.5 times more as Obama, and cost 4 times as much as Obama's trip.
Okay, but that means Obama costed $40 million?
4 times. So
yeah, $40 million.
What did we say the number was?
150. So yeah, about 40
160. Million. So yeah, 40 million, I guess.
Still a lot of fucking money.
I guess that's the way they only can. That's their downtime. No, 280 days downtime, or what's 2.5 times less than?
Sorry, what number are you trying to do?
90. So less than 90 days for Obama for a vacation in 4 years compared to 280 days for Trump. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And here's another thing too. So defeating an incumbent president has only been done 5 times in the last 100 years. So he pretty much, he had it in the bag pretty much.
100% he did.
I remember, I think it was Carter that didn't get it because of the hostages in Iran. He never got reelected. George Sr. never got reelected. But yeah, like I said, he pretty much had it in the bag, and Rona was obviously the turning factor.
I'm way too young for that shit, bro.
Turnout was the highest in 200 years, though. So talk about fucking each side wanting to come out. Mm-hmm. You probably will never see that kind of turnout ever again, though.
Percentage-wise, probably not.
And
although at the same time, I think this is kind of showing that just about anybody can get into the White House.
Well, yeah, anyone can get in. And then
if
you kind of realize, talk about polar opposite. Biden's, and people may hold this against him, is a career politician. But the way I see it, if you come off with somebody like Trump that has no background in government politics or nothing,
mm-hmm.
or do you want someone with all their background in government and politics?
Deep state operative.
I'd rather someone with some fucking
Me
background, and you know what I'm saying. So
I agree.
The beautiful thing about this whole thing was too. Did you hear about the press conference at the end?
No.
These fucking dumbasses. So he's like, Trump tweets out press conference at Four Seasons in Philadelphia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Four Seasons Hotel. Everyone's like, okay. Media's getting involved. They're calling the hotel. Hotel's like, yo, we're not doing no press conference. They fucked up and held it at Four Seasons Landscaping. Now, when I tell you, son, it was like having a press conference at the most budget rundown Rona you could ever see.
Was that a landscaping?
Bro, it was so sad. They had Trump stickers on the bay door as a background, so you couldn't see. It was like tight shot, right? Bro, they fucked up so bad.
Why?
Reporter.
Why would you? Once you see that you fucked up, why don't you just go have it at the Four Seasons?
I don't know. Apparently, Trump was supposed to be there. Obviously, he bailed. And one of the reporters got there. He's like, it's next to an erotic bookstore called Fantasy Island.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, man. So that's like the perfect way to fuck up your campaign.
How do you fuck up that bad?
I don't know, man.
Do you think it was just like, he's like, yeah, like this Rona, or not Rona, this Four Seasons landscaping place, then realized he fucked up and was
no, because the first tweet was Four Seasons, and then he had to change it after the hotel started distancing themselves. They came out with a tweet saying, this has nothing to do with us. And Trump's like, oh, it's Four Seasons Landscaping. In his second tweet. First tweet's like, oh, Four Seasons Philly. Everyone, of course, thinks
just because nobody wants him around whatsoever.
So, they fucked up huge there. It's kind of perfect the way that ended, though. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess...
what do you think he does from here on out, apart from getting sued?
You know what, dude? I can't remember where I heard this, but it makes total sense, because he has 70 million people plus that voted for him.
Yep.
Has his own TV network.
100%.
Fox News.
100%. But you can imagine him having a podcast.
His narrative, whatever he wants on his narrative, he's got the audience.
Him having a podcast?
Someone will bankroll that? Podcast, no.
Dude.
I'm talking TV, full-on TV network station.
But I'm talking about like David Portnoy, where he owns like a media company, basically has a network, has a bunch of podcasts. He goes on shows whenever he wants, does whatever he wants. Like,
maybe. I see the TV thing really, if he's not in jail, which he won't be, let's be real. I see the TV thing, because he can just spin his own narrative, and who knows if it's not him, if it's someone he likes running for president in 4 years, he's just going to put him on his platform. He'll be worse than Fox News. He'll be like Fox News on steroids.
Because he'll be able to influence upcoming elections.
Bro, he's got 71 million people
who like behind him. Yeah.
And these guys have shown they will support this guy.
Yeah, that's huge.
So he will cash out huge if he went that route.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if he does. Can you do jails from or TV deals from jail?
Definitely.
So, but yeah, I think that would be like.
Who made their? Someone recorded an album in jail.
Yeah. A lot of people do verses from jail.
Yeah, and then recorded. So, but I forget who it was. I think it was
the beat over the phone, and then you get the guy rapping. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
I think
that's happened a lot of times.
That's the most gangster shit.
Yeah, that's happened a lot of times.
Trump will be doing a podcast over the fucking phone.
yeah, like you just getting turned out in prison. I'm like, Drew, how's it going in there, bro? All right, what do you want to talk about? Oh, sorry, one other thing. Did you see Kim Kardashian?
Yeah, that was the first thing I was going to say.
They talked about it on Flagrant, and I thought it was like, you won't even big up your husband?
Dude, so for those who don't know, after the election, Kim posted, was it congratulations?
No, she posted a picture about Joe Biden and Kamala saying, can't remember what the quote was, but it was like blue hearts above.
And then something like congratulations.
Yeah,
or something
basically,
like that.
Right? Congratulatory message. And
when her husband is running for president.
So Kanye got 60,000 votes, I think, in 12 states. So you came up a little bit short, bro.
All those people need to be fucking excommunicated from the United
States. And obviously,
like,
do you think she really voted for him?
Not a chance. Not a chance.
No, eh?
Not a chance.
Fuck. That's dirty.
But then it's also dirty, because they're saying this on Flagrant too, is that she voted for the guy.
I thought she would vote for him.
She's big into, so did I, but she's big into like prison reform. She's like worked with governments on getting people out of prison.
With Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who put more people in jail than Joe Biden?
Yeah.
And then she votes
I've been
for
saying
him.
that on here.
Yeah.
88 crack laws, 94 crime bill, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And who else locks up a lot of people? Kamala.
Yeah.
In California, bro. So you got both of them now.
It's the most hypocritical shit in the world.
You know what I mean? Yeah, whatever. Yo, this is all about furthering your career. This is all what it's about, man.
I mean, I can hate, but I'd probably do the same thing.
Everyone does, man.
Yeah.
You know, like everyone does, right? So there must be something to it. You know what I mean? You got something you want to talk about or what?
I want to talk about I wanted to quickly, because I know we quickly briefed over it, but the Pfizer vaccine.
Oh, yeah.
So just for those who don't know about it, they did a trial with 44,000 people, and the vaccine has a 90% success rate. To give context, most vaccines are approved and allowed to be given to the public if they have over a 50% success rate.
You know, normal people ain't gonna get that shit for a long time, though.
Pardon?
I don't see the normal everyday citizen getting their hands on that shit for a long time.
No. So this is the thing: is they have to, for the United States alone, there needs to be 200 million vaccines created, and apparently with vaccines, you have to store them in sub-zero temperatures.
Have you seen the way they're gonna transport this shit? They got a whole system.
Yeah.
Crazy, bro.
But the thing is, you have to build that system to move 200 million. So the issue isn't that the vaccine exists; it's how are we going to get that many vaccines stateside.
And even the first shipment's going to be how small it's going to be, and it's going to go to the rich and the super sick first. So, like, people like you and me, you ain't seen that shit for a long time, bro. I don't think.
Most people are saying that it's going to be legitimately like a year, 9 months to a year for it to actually get to the general public.
I think summertime or so, I would say.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know shit, but that would be my guess, I think, though, yeah.
Now, I also want to know what else Pfizer has put into that vaccine. What the government has paid them to put in that vaccine.
What do you mean?
But if we're talking deep state, tinfoil hat, Alex Jones, you better believe there's tons of people who are like, I am not. My stepdad said I refuse to take that vaccine.
Oh, I've seen a lot of people say that.
You refuse to take that vaccine until your work said it is mandatory for you to take the vaccine. Then you're going to take that vaccine. You ain't going to do shit about it.
Pretty much, man. I seen too, it just came out today. I was going to talk about it next week, but the NBA said something about courtside fans.
Yeah.
You have to test negative 2 days in a row before you come to the game, or do rapid testing the day of the game. And then I think they're going to sit socially distance.
Okay.
No food or beverage allowed on the floor. Like I said, it just came out today, so I'll look more into it, but
that's dope. Because the season got announced to start in December.
Yeah, I wanted to get to that.
Whatever, fuck it.
But yeah. They said January, Martin Luther King. Now it's moved up to December because just in that time frame, they're losing $1 billion in revenue with everything already on the low.
Yeah. They need to get that shit back.
And like players, they get 50-50 split basketball related revenue. So
the players
it's going to hurt
to.
them. Mm-hmm. So they had to cave and say, okay, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Now, LeBron's like, fuck that. He ain't probably playing the first month.
No, for sure.
I don't blame him. Like the Heat and the Lakers should get kind of a break here.
I think all the teams who made
for
the
sure,
playoffs should get a break,
two.
But the teams who
work
made
it back.
Late, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I think so.
So yeah, we'll see what happens. LeBron probably just maybe plays the good games, like against whatever the quote unquote.
But if I'm LeBron, I wouldn't even play the good games.
So, and I wonder what it does with injuries and shit too. So,
they'll be going through the roof, dude. For sure, they will be.
But
I think you'll get a lot of guys. I think because right now there's limitations with being able to sit guys and guys being uninjured and unable to play. Sorry, uninjured but not played. And I think you got to kind of throw all those rules out the window for this season.
Yeah, this season it's fucking a wash for them again. So I don't know. They're banking on 2021 to be back to normal, which by all accord it will be, I guess. Yeah. Especially with this positive news on the vaccine. So,
but I guess 6 months from now, it's November. Yeah, so late spring, early summer. It's everybody's got it type deal.
And if I'm right, I think they want to do that play-in tournament for the last number 8 seed again.
It was a dope tournament. I liked it.
Yeah, I'll bring it up next week when I look into it. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But again, yeah, it's gonna be a wash this season for money wise.
What else you got for me?
There was this digital wallet that had $1 billion in it.
Wait, what?
A digital wallet like Bitcoin.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Crypto.
$1 billion in it. It's been dormant since 2015. This guy's been following it. Elon Gal.
What? Or is that his username?
That's about his name. He's co-founder and CTO of security firm Hudson Rock.
Okay.
So he was like one of the first guys to report on this. And there was just under 70,000 Bitcoin, worth about $975 million at the time the story went live. So he reports, he goes, unbelievable. Somebody was able to crack the password of the wallet and spend the $1 billion inside of it. It was gone, right? Everyone's like wondering what the fuck, right? Now he wasn't sure if it was the person that owned it or hackers finally cracked the passcode.
But the wallet's now empty.
But the wallet done, billion gone, right? Turns out that this was this was only the fourth largest wallet. First of all, there's some serious money out there, and they found out that this came from Silk Road. Do you remember what Silk Road is?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how many children got bought with that Billy, bro?
So you could for those who don't know, Silk Road was a site that you could get drugs, murder for hire, and
Children,
other illicit
anything
goods.
you want, dude.
It was brought down in 2013. So when Bitcoin moved out of Silk Road in 2013, the Bitcoin they had was worth 350,000.
Mm-hmm.
Swelled up to $1 billion, bro.
That's wild.
Just sitting there always because he's in jail.
Yeah, of course.
Right? He has no access to it, right? So,
but he's in jail forever too.
So yeah, like I said, okay, yeah, it's been dormant since 2015. Someone transferred into an exchange, Bitcoin exchange. This guy was arrested in 2017 on allegations that he committed $4 billion worth of Bitcoin laundering. So, I guess he turned it over to the cops. Or sorry, I should say the government.
He turned over $4 billion?
Yeah, the government basically seems like they got this guy to hack into it and turn it over to him. So
what a cuck.
The government got the Billy. It was like revealed a couple of days after this guy reported on it.
You better believe if that guy's that good of a hacker, he definitely puts some off to the side for himself.
He's only identified as individual X, obviously.
Right? Yeah, what's with all these names, dude? Q, X, what are we doing?
I don't know.
This isn't like a Matt Damon movie, bro.
But obviously the government, they declined to answer any questions. But fuck, $1 billion though.
I wonder where that goes. It goes to Trump's golf fees, bro.
Pay off those golf carts.
That's
a good question. Man. Probably goes to like the military.
Well, you think about like government seizures, right? Like of money from like mobs or gangs or whatever it is, right? Like that money just goes.
I think to the police department. No,
I have no clue. That's what I'm saying. Just to the government somewhere
or something. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know, man. What do you got? You got anything else?
Not really, to be honest with you.
I hear you on that one. Okay, let's.
We can cut it short if you want.
Yeah, I want to play this video first. Before we wrap it up here.
There's a bit of a weird.
We lost a real one, Alex Trabek, bro. Jeopardy. Never watched the show.
But you're brown. How he's not your idol, bro?
I didn't realize how super famous this guy was.
Yeah, man, he's huge.
A lot of celebrities, Canadian too, right?
Yeah.
A lot of celebrities like shouting him out these last few days. I was just like, Aaron Rodgers, I guess, was on the show. I didn't even know.
Yeah, dude. He's been doing that show for 35 years, bro.
Like, what a great
killing
gig.
It.
That's got to be the easiest gig in the world, bro.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Like, real talk. So, yeah. I figured we end the episode with him talking rap lyrics on Jeopardy. How about it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. R.I.P. Alex.
And finally, we want you to name the artist as we... Let's rap, kids. Julia?
I'll take Let's Rap Kids for 200, please.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now the whole team here. Lily?
Who's Drake?
Good. Back to you, Julia.
Let's rap for 600, please.
Buy a chopper and have the doctor on speed dial, I guess. Mad City. Julia.
Who is Kendrick Lamar?
Right.
Let's rap for 800, please.
So good.
7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Young Money Militia, and I am the commissioner. You don't want to start wheezy because the F is for finisher. Lily.
Who's Lil Wayne?
Lil Wayne, yeah. Julia? Yes.
Let's rap for 400, please.
They mad, they ain't famous. They mad, they still nameless. But we still hood famous. Yeah, we still hood famous. Julia?
It's like I was putting on the
Yes,
voice.
I hope I don't get an email from him.
Let's rap for 1,000.
Panda. Panda. Panda, 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 panda. Lily.
Who's designer?
Designer, yes, and that takes.
That's so fucking
I was
gold.
just getting into this rap thing. I'm not too good at it, but I was getting into it.
That's dope.
Panda, dude, that's fucking jokes.
All right, let's cut this shit. We out.
See you bitches next week.